Namaste, welcome to What Do You Think, and welcome to the season of elections. Just as there are seasonal fruits, seasonal vegetables, we have seasonal people who suddenly wake up with their rhetoric of intolerance and how Hindustan has become Lynchistan. In the last 2 or 3 weeks, Nasiruddin Shah came up with two videos in which he has said many things. Firstly, we go to the first video in which he said,
The statement was, I fear for my children because they have no religion. He also said, tomorrow, if a mob surrounds them and asks, are you a Hindu or a Muslim? They will have no answer because they do not have any religion. He also talked about the poison that has spread in the Indian society. There is complete impunity for those who take law into their hands. We have already witnessed that the death of a cow has more significance in today's India than that of a police officer.
सो ये जो स्टेटमेंट है ये इसका कॉन्टेक्स्ट ये है कि बुलंदशहर में एक इंसिडेंट हुआ था जिसमें एक साइड में उन पर आरोप ये लग रहा था कि उन्होंने काउ स्मगलिंग किया है और दूसरे साइड से लोगों ने उन्हें मतलब जिन्होंने अक्यूज किया था कि इन्होंने काउ स्मगलिंग किया है उनके बीच में झड़प हो गई थी और इस झड़प के दरमियान एक पुलिस ऑफिसर की हत्या हो गई। तो इसमें लोकल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ने ये स्टेटमेंट दिया था कि हमने ये केस बुलंदशहर का केस ये बहुत फेमस हो गया था। सो बुलंदशहर का केस हमने सॉल्व कर दिया, ऐसा उन्होंने स्टेटमेंट दिया। तो उसमें उन्होंने क्या केस सॉल्व किया, तो उन्होंने पुलिस ऑफिसर को किसने मारा ये सॉल्व नहीं किया था। इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट उन्होंने उस गाय की हत्या किसने की ये केस सॉल्व किया था। तो इससे एक स्वाभाविक एंगर तैयार हो गया था लोगों के मन में कि आपको एक गाय की वैल्यू ज़्यादा है एज अपोज टू पुलिस ऑफिसर्स वैल्यू। सो इसके ये एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट है कि जिसके कारण नसीरुद्दीन शाह ने वो स्टेटमेंट दिया था। अगेन आई एम नॉट सपोर्टिंग नसीरुद्दीन शाह, बट एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट बताना भी ज़रूरी है, नहीं तो ये लग सकता है कि ये बहुत ही हाइपोथेटिकल चल रहा है कि इसने ऐसा क्यों कहा, क्यों हो गया। तो ये कॉन्टेक्स्ट था।
So there was another video released of Nasiruddin Shah by Amnesty International. So what is exactly Amnesty International? Let's find out.
so Amnesty International is a so-called human rights NGO whose offices were raided by Enforcement Directorate ED in October 2018 for FCRA violations of FCRA regulations.
What is FCRA?
Foreign Contributions Regulations Act.
Okay.
Where they found out that Amnesty had taken funds from outside by floating a dummy company. So basically, I think this is a pain sort of the Amnesty International, which they are trying to project through Nasir Bhai.
So there are many media channels which are saying that Amnesty International might have paid Nasiruddin Shah some money or something, but that's not the case. What we have to understand is that we can't just accuse anybody of doing something for the money unless and until we have definite proof. There is no proof. He might not have taken any money from Amnesty International or from anybody for that matter. The thing is, what we have to understand is Nasiruddin Shah has declared himself as a communist. Amnesty International video, which was released this year only, in 2019 only. So, in that video, they're defending suspected urban Maoists, likes of Sudha Bharadwaj and Arun Pereira and etc. So what they're doing is they're linking these two things of urban Maoism and human rights. And while doing this, they are using such celebrities likes of Nasiruddin Shah, who are themselves ideologically communist, who are doing this to, propagate their ideology, not for money, to propagate their ideology. What we are trying to say is there is nothing wrong in Nasiruddin Shah doing this thing. There is absolutely nothing wrong. He has absolute freedom of expression. It's his right to do anything which he wants to do. But it is our right to point out that he is not doing this because he is suffering from something. He is not suffering from something, not from anything. He is doing this to spread his ideology. It is not an unbiased. It is not an unbiased statement.
Yeah.
It is completely biased and agenda-driven statement by Nasruddin Shah, by Amnesty International. As they have said, Amnesty International is not. I mean, they want themselves to be seen as a human rights organization, but they are doing these sort of things. They are creating shell companies. They are taking money from foreign countries to do their work. Again, what is the work? To link suspected urban Maoists to human rights. So this is their work. They are the link between these two threads. Okay. So what you have to understand is that Nasruddin Shah, you can't just question somebody's integrity. You have to understand point by point that it is his ideology that is the problem.
So because of this, a person as influential as Nasir Bhai, he's trying to create a sort of fear mongering among the people.
Yeah.
So I have a few questions to him. Yaqub Memon kaun tha? The person whose mercy petition you signed, वो कौन था? Was he a person doing charity work or or noble work? He was a terrorist. Why did you sign the mercy petition? He instilled fear by terrorizing people, planting bombs, which killed more than 100 people, more than 500 injured. Why? Second thing, he said that the cows are safer than human lives.
Cow's life is more important.
Cow's
than
life
police.
is more important. I think he is forgetting the case of Prashant Pujari, which happened in October 2015, where Prashant Pujari was killed by cow smugglers.
In
Now the
Karnataka.
question arises is cow meat smuggling more important than human life? Third, in Bulandshahr, a cop was killed, which is obviously disgusting.
Yeah, nobody's
but
supporting
nobody's supporting it.
Sure.
But I guess he forgets 2006 Bhiwandi, where the so-called peaceful people damaged government property, private properties, and in the night of 5th July 2006, they killed 2 policemen. Did he forget them?
So we are not trying to engage in whataboutery by saying that okay, you are talking on this issue, but you didn't say anything on that issue. You are not doing that. What you are trying to say is that he is picking issues which are comfortable to him because he has his own agenda, which is why he is picking these selective issues under selective governments by selected party. The thing is, if he is so vocal, which he is so vocal about human rights and freedom of speech and freedom of expression, then he's the giant of film industry. He should come out in support of any other film which is suffering from such elements and are being threatened to stop the release of this or any such films. What he should come out in support of a movie uh, which is going to be released on 11th of January, The Accidental Prime Minister.
And this is not the first time where we have faced opposition in releasing of such movies. There have been the similar cases in previous times. For example, Padmavat, Firak, Parzania, and Madras Cafe were opposed by one side.
So it's not the only side on the political spectrum who has ever opposed the film. It was started in 1977 film Kissa Kursi Ka, where Sanjay Gandhi and company burnt the reels of the film.
And we are not telling these specific examples because we like these examples. We are telling this because we have seen especially in past 5 years, that this side of the political spectrum has been accusing the other of curbing the freedom of speech and freedom of expression. But this side is also doing the same thing for last 4 decades because, as he said, Kissa
Kursi Ka, then Hindustan film incident. In case of second game, they are went to
High Court. And it wasn't even because there was any incident, and with any reason you have no right to curb anybody else's freedom of expression according to your own standard. But in the case of Sacred Games, they went to Mumbai High Court because they didn't like one dialogue. So just because of one dialogue, they wanted to change that dialogue.
3 or 4 words basically.
Exactly.
3 or 4 words.
Maybe just that one
specific word which we all know.
Exactly. Anyway.
So this is exactly what is happening even right now in the case of Accidental Prime Minister, the movie Accidental Prime Minister. So what happened is that the Maharashtra unit of Youth Congress sent a letter to the producers of that film saying that they wanted a special screening to be arranged just for them so that they can censor the movie. And they even threatened that if this did not happen, they will not let the movie release. Exactly. So they threatened the release of the movie. And that's not it. They even filed an FIR against the actor Anupam Kher in Patna, right? In Bihar. And so the Bihar court has ordered an FIR against the actor Anupam Kher and also the other actors in the movie. So what we're trying to say is that this movie is actually based on a book which was written by Sanjay Baru and released in 2014. So if you really had any objections about the content of the movie or the facts presented in the movie, then you should have opposed it when the book was released, if that is your issue, that the facts are incorrectly presented. So the thing is that Sanjay Baru is not an outsider. He was the media advisor for Manmohan Singh. So he has actually worked quite closely with Manmohan Singh. Also, his book has been in the public forum for the last 5 years. There were also some articles about it in the paper. So what you're actually doing, what you actually want is you want to hide the truth. You don't want the truth to come out. You don't want it to reach maximum population. So that's why you want to stop the release of the movie.
The film has a higher reach.
Yeah, exactly.
सो एक्सीडेंटल प्राइम मिनिस्टर ये एग्जांपल था कि किस प्रकार से फिल्म्स के ऊपर और अन्य जो कि ऐसी बॉलीवुड में जो भी चलता है उसके ऊपर किस तरह से पॉलिटिकल पार्टी हो या कोई और संगठन हो उसके ऊपर उन फिल्म्स के फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन के ऊपर आघात करते हैं। आज का हमारा मुद्दा ही यही है कि फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन ये किसी का भी हो, वो उसका एक राइट है। उसी हवाले से नसीरुद्दीन शाह का भी एक राइट है कि वो उन्हें जो भी कहना है वो कह सकते हैं, उसे हम अपोज नहीं कर रहे। इट्स हिज राइट टू से व्हाटएवर ही वांट्स टू से, बट एज एन ऑडियंस वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट इट्स नॉट समथिंग दैट ही इज सेइंग दैट ही हैज सफर्ड, बट इट्स हिज एजेंडा and which is why he is saying that, which is why he is picking those things. So to sum it up, we have to, as an audience, we have to understand that anybody which we hear, there is no opposition to freedom of speech of anybody or freedom of expression of anybody. But when people like Nasiruddin Shah make such videos with the help of Amnesty India, which organizations are working to help suspected urban Maoists and portraying them as human rights activists, we have to understand their motive and then learn how to take that information. Otherwise, in this time and age of social media, it's very dangerous when you take some information without knowing the source of that information and motive of that information.
So guys, please like our video, share our video and tell us in the comment section what do you think.